Good morning. It's the Monday morning cup of coffee. I'm Tommy Womack, your host. You know who you are. You know what it's time for. You know what you're salivating for, anticipating. Here we go. Let's have a sip together. Hope you had a good weekend. I did. I didn't do a whole lot, but I enjoyed not doing a whole lot. There's not a lot going on this week until Saturday. I will be playing this Saturday, the 29th, at a festival on the grounds of Hippie Jack's Farm over in eastern Tennessee. And if you're interested in attending, it's a benefit. And you can email me at tommywomack@bellsouth.net and I will get you directions. It's not the sort of place you can give an address for. We're talking deep in the boonies. You have to get directions for it, not an address. We lost a good friend, a very supportive fan, and a great guy this past weekend. Donnie Ware came to a lot of my shows, a lot of Will Kimbrough shows, a lot of Lisa Oliver Gray shows. He was a terrific guy, and we lost him to cancer yesterday morning at 7:30 a.m. And funeral services have not been finalized yet. One of his dying wishes was to hear me, Will, and Lisa sing one more time. And we tried to get up there in time, but the cancer just moved too quickly for us to be able to get up there. We're hoping to be able to get up there and sing for him, sing for his spirit one more time. So we'll, just as soon as we know what the arrangements are going to be, we're going to do our best to get up there. Got a song here, kind of fitting. It's about loss. And before I play the song, I've got to kind of preface it for you. In 1955, there lived a 15-year-old girl with jet black, raven black hair named Lou, short for Luella. And Lou did not follow music. That's important. Remember this. One evening, Lou was sitting in the front passenger seat of a vehicle eating a burger and drinking a Coca-Cola while her best girlfriend was sitting in the driver's front seat eating a burger and drinking a Coca-Cola at one of those drive-up restaurant malt shop sort of things they had in the 50s and like you saw on Happy Days, I'm sure. The parking space next to Lou was empty. Her window was rolled down, and the window was rolled down on the Cadillac, who squealed into that spot, screeched to a halt, and was driven by this greasy-looking guy with his hair, his collar turned up and his hair just going back into a ducktail, a little bit of acne on his face, and he looked at Lou and said, "Hey, Blackie, I got what you need." And Lou gave him one of these. The guy threw the Cadillac in reverse, squeal, out of her life forever. And Lou's girlfriend said, "Are you nuts?" And Lou said, "What?" "Are you nuts? That was Elvis Presley, Lou." Who? So that happened in 1955. 5 years later, my oldest brother Wayman was between college semesters loading and unloading barges down on the docks of the Mississippi River to earn money between college semesters. And Wayman was 20 years older than me. He was out of the house way before I was born. He was more like an uncle than a brother to me. And one day he and his best buddy had the day off, and they decided to go to Graceland because they had heard that Elvis would sometimes come down to the front gate and sign autographs. So they thought they'd go check that out. Well, Elvis wasn't down at the front gate, but they heard commotion coming around from the back of the house. So they walked around the entire outside perimeter fence of Graceland until they got to where the backyard would be on the other side of the fence. They looked over, and there was a touch football game going on with Elvis and his buddies. And Wayman and his friend, in what was not the coolest moment of their lives ever, hopped the fence and infiltrated the game, and they were allowed to join. My oldest brother, Wayman Womack, played football with Elvis Presley. touch football. And at the end of the game, he shook Elvis's hand. Elvis and all his friends went back in the house. They didn't invite Wayman or his friend. As a matter of fact, they had to unceremoniously leave the same way they came in, over the back fence. 18 years later, in the winter of 1978, at the K.I. Sawyer, Michigan Air Force Base in the chapel, Lou became Wayman's third wife, and this is their story. I wish I'd known you better, but you were born too soon. I was wearing diapers when you were on your honeymoon. You went off in the Air Force, came home when you could. I wish I'd known you better, but what I knew was good. You played football with Elvis, took Susie for your wife, got stationed up in Billings and led a military life. You smoked more Camel cigarettes than anybody should. I wish I'd known you better, but what I knew was good. Then there came Juanita, she wasn't good for you. Then you got it right at last when you hooked up with Lou. She went 6 months before you, we all knew soon you would. I wish I'd known her better, but what I knew was good. There comes a time to say goodbye and send you on your way. Turn your body into ashes and get on with our day. To have one conversation now, I sorely wish we could. I wish I'd known you better, but what I knew was good. What I knew was good. Don't let the bastards get you down. Have a great week. I'll see you next Monday. Listen to me on WXNAFM.org every Monday, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Central Time, and we'll rock the house together. God bless you. I'll see you next week.